What's up, my name's Matthew, and welcome to my quick guide for Tormented Demons. If you're watching this guide, I assume you already have unlocked them, know how to get there, and mostly know what you're doing. You're just looking for a guide on the actual fight to understand it better. I'm going to go ahead and go through that, but if you're looking for a full in-depth guide, make sure to click the top right card here or in the description for my in-depth guide. Let's jump into it. To kill Tormented Demons, you need at least 2 combat styles, so make sure you're bringing at least 2, ideally melee and range or melee and mage. Once you have 2 combat styles and you have your inventory set up something like this, we'll get rocking. So let's talk about how you hit the Tormented Demon. The Tormented Demon will always have 1 protection prayer above its head, so just hit it with the combat style that it's not praying against. Every 25% or so of its health, it will switch protection prayers to the last thing that it was hit by. So if you bring melee and range and you're hitting it with range, it will probably switch to protect from range, and then you can hit it with melee. This goes on for the entirety of the fight. Now, if you use a thrall and you're using a mage thrall, for example, there's a small chance your mage thrall could actually proc it to the next phase, so it'll protect from mage instead of protecting from whatever you're hitting it with. In this case, you can just switch to whichever of your 2 combat styles is strongest. Now let's talk about how the Tormented Demon hits you. The Tormented Demon uses all 3 combat styles. After you hit it the first time, take a few steps away from the Tormented Demon. If it walks towards you, you know it's going to melee you. If it doesn't walk towards you, it's a 50-50 between range and mage. If it leans its head back and shoots a fireball, that's its mage attack. And if it throws these like stick things at you, that's its range attack. Once you pray from what it's hitting you with, it will use this same attack until its transition, which is where it will bind you in place and shoot fireballs. So let's talk about that attack now. After about 30 seconds of auto-attacking you, it will bind you in place and then launch fireballs into the air that can be indicated by the shadows on the ground. One will land on the tile you're on and on some adjacent tiles. After the bind for a second, you'll be able to click onto an empty tile to move. So make sure to do that because this really hurts if you get hit. At the same time, it will change the combat style that it's hitting you with, and the same principle as the beginning applies. If it walks towards you, it's going to melee you. If it's not walking towards you, it's going to be range or mage. As a little tip here, if it was ranging you before it binded you, then we know that if it walks towards you, it's melee, and if it doesn't walk towards you, it's mage. If it's maging you before it binds you, then we know if it walks towards you, it's melee, and if it doesn't, that it's range. And if it was meleeing you before it binds you, then it could be range or mage. You kind of just have to take a 50-50 guess. One additional mechanic you can take advantage of is hitting it when its fire shield goes down. This happens after each bind attack and after about 20 or so seconds into each phase. When the shield goes down, you can use a hard hitting weapon like the Darok's Great Axe or the Heavy Ballista to do really big and accurate damage to the Tormented Demon. You can choose to do this mechanic, or you can choose not to do this mechanic at all and just fight the Tormented Demon like normal. That is totally up to you. So yeah, that's pretty much the short and sweet of the Tormented Demons. It's really just pray against what they're hitting you with, make sure to hit them with the combat style they're praying against, and when it binds you, dodge the fireballs and be ready to change your prayer. And that's really about it. If you want a more in-depth breakdown, or if you want to see any live example kills, make sure to check out my in-depth guide in the description below. And I will see you in the next one. Later.